The amount of censorship going on right now should frighten everyone. Because freedom of speech is not just protecting speech that we agree with. It's ultimately about protecting speech we don't agree with. And now is the time to stand up against corporate censorship. Because if we don't, and if we allow unaccountable tech monopolies to silence our voices, whether you agree with what the people who are being deleted, what they said or not, that's not the point. If we allow this to happen and we don't collectively make clear that this is objectively wrong now, we will facilitate a totalitarian internet where posting non-centrist, establishment-friendly views will result in Black Mirror-style consequences. I don't want to live in a world like that. And we have in our Constitution, enshrined in our Bill of Rights, freedom of speech, which is slowly being eroded. And there are people who are cheering on censorship and these tech monopolies fusing with the government to silence your voice. Freedom of speech is ultimately about protecting speech you don't agree with. Because sooner or later, somebody is not going to agree with what you're saying. And you want to still be able to use your voice to speak out against things you think are wrong or things you think need to be said, right? I see so many people saying that it's a private platform or that we can't let them incite violence. Well, my question to you is, who gets to determine what's violent or what's hate speech? You think that you do? You think that these tech monopolies get to decide what is? And then my question for all of these people is, do you think that the Overton window will be shifted based on who's in power? Okay, so now that left-wing people are in power, everything the right says is violent, right? So if we're going to play this game, what about when they get into power? What are they going to start shutting our voices down? Who's going to be there to protect us? See, censorship has a boomerang effect. It affects all of us. And eventually, it comes back around to you. So this isn't a game. This isn't something to be cheering. This isn't something to be laughing about. We need to take this seriously. We should have took this seriously when they were purging people on YouTube. We should have took this seriously when they started denying people access to PayPal and things like this. Those are forms of censorship. I may not agree with what any of these people are saying. And I don't. But my issue is I need to protect their voice. Because ultimately, when these people come for me, I would like somebody standing behind me, protecting my ability to say what I need to say. You know, everything that's happening right now in the last 2 days is like so ironic, right? It just boggles my mind watching this corporate coup that is taking place. And I believe it is a corporate coup. We are watching in real time the fusion of tech monopolies and the U.S. government. And the irony that is now underway after the protests at the Capitol Hill is there's this weird plea that we talk things out in America, right? But now they're literally deplatforming anyone who questions Biden's legitimacy. And that was the whole thing about it, wasn't it, in the first place? The MAGA supporters believe that the election was stolen from them. I don't know who won the election. I really don't. Because my whole thing is, back in 2016, during the Democratic primaries, we know that the DNC rigged their own election. We know that there was electoral fraud. How the hell do I know Joe Biden won? I don't know. I have no fight in this. I didn't vote for that man. I voted for the Green Party. 2 election cycles in a row. But my point is, these people don't want debate. They don't want a lively discussion. They want submission. And that is extremely dangerous. And the last thing that I'm going to say on this whole subject, because I really don't want to be long-winded with this, is if Twitter really cared about truth, combating hate speech, or the quote-unquote shouting fire in a theater, then they would have never promoted Russiagate. They would have never promoted the war on terror, the fake Syrian chemical attacks, or Trump's tweets about bombing Iran and bombing their cultural sites. And if our politicians are so worried about the quote-unquote fake coup that the MAGA supporters were staging when they entered in the People's House, Capitol Hill, what we pay with our damn taxes, and I'm so confused as to why they support regime change policies. Because these people were all so scared. Oh my God, I'm frightened. I've never seen this before. But you feel the need to do this in Latin America. You feel the need to do this in Africa. You feel the need to do this in Middle Eastern countries. And you feel the need to do this in Eastern European countries. Does no one see the hypocrisy in all of this? It's okay to do that over there. But when you do this in the US, it's beyond the pale, right? Just food for thought. And I'm just going to leave you guys with a quote on censorship. Censorship reflects a society's lack of confidence in itself. It is a hallmark of an authoritarian regime. And that's by Potter Stewart.